This new YouTube channel, called Rabbit's Journey, has only 31 uploads. It is already earning a minimum of $37,000 per month and potentially up to $500,000 monthly, which is beyond insane. If you take a closer look at their channel, you'll see that with just 31 uploads, they've managed to amass an incredible 500 million views and a staggering 2.8 million subscribers. Another new channel, called Super Emotional Stories, has posted just a handful of videos, just 130 videos, but they've already racked up an incredible 643 million views and gained a massive 1.2 million subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Because every single piece of content on their channel, their images, animations, voiceovers, is 100% AI generated.
They managed to pull in millions of views and are making millions every day just by using AI tools, and I'm gonna teach you to do exactly the same.
There are dozens of channels using this exact formula, and they are absolutely exploding, gaining millions of views. Using this strategy, they have seen insane growth.
In this full course, I'm going to guide you step by step on the production process of how you can make your own YouTube AI channel.
I'll show you how to create even better videos, not just short form, but also long form content that will give you more progress. We'll cover every part of the production process, all while using AI tools to maximize your efficiency and results. I will literally walk you through creating your very own themed channel in this niche. I'll also teach you how to create your own custom banner and logo that really stands out. I'll also show you how to gather all your materials and assets for your first video and show you a new AI tool that animates visuals incredibly effectively. After that, I'll walk you through how to piece everything together in CapCut to make your video look super professional. In fact, here's a quick preview of a video we were able to whip up in just 20 minutes using their exact strategy and formula, but also applying it to long-form content to earn more.
In the heart of the enchanted jungle, 5 young animal friends, Leo the lion, Zuzu the zebra, Tiki the toucan, Momo the monkey, and Bop the bunny, are chosen to protect the ancient wildstone, a magical gem that keeps...
If this sounds exciting or like something you'd love to try, make sure to hit that like button. Just think of it as your form of payment. All right, enough talking. Let's dive into the tutorial.
Okay, so part 1. The very first step is creating a channel. This part is optional because some of you guys already have a channel and some of you guys know how to handle it, so let's get to it.
So, for those of you looking to create a niche-themed channel, the very first tool you'll need is a chatbot. A chatbot is crucial because it helps generate content ideas, write scripts, and much more. You can work with different chatbots like ChatGPT, Claude AI, or Autopilot. But for today, I'm going to be working with ChatGPT. After signing up, you should see an interface like this. Now I'm going to provide ChatGPT with a prompt to generate a list of YouTube channel name ideas for the 3D animal story niche. I also enabled the deep thinking feature, so the AI will take a few moments to process and come up with some solid channel name ideas. Once it's done, just copy the name you like and head over to your YouTube account. From there, click on your YouTube icon, select Create a New Channel, and paste the name you selected from the chatbot. Once you've clicked Create Channel and your channel has been successfully created, head back to your chatbot and tell it the exact name you've chosen for your channel. This will help the AI in providing further customization. Right now, I'm going to ask my chatbot to come up with a catchy channel description that's subtly optimized for SEO along with relevant hashtags. Now that we've got our channel description, simply copy it, then go to your YouTube channel. After that, click on Customize Channel, then scroll down to YouTube Studio. Paste the description into the section labeled Channel Description. Once everything is set, just hit the Publish button. Now that your channel description is live, head back to your chatbot and copy the SEO hashtags it generated for you. Then, head back to YouTube Studio and click on Settings, then go to the Channel section. Paste those hashtags into the keyword search feature. This step will really help the algorithm understand what your channel is about and ensure that the right audience is directed to your content. Now that everything is set up, the next step is to create a logo and banner for your channel. And for this, we will also ask our chatbot to help. we'll have it generate a series of text-to-image prompts that we can use with an AI tool to create a custom banner and logo for our channel. Now that we've got our prompts, the next step is to use them with a text-to-image tool. We'll input these prompts into the AI, and it will generate visuals that match our vision. For this, I'll be using Crea.ai, but you can also use tools like Leonardo AI, Midjourney, or any AI platform you're comfortable with. Just sign up with your Google account, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can use a temporary email. Once you're signed up, you'll be directed to an interface that looks like this. Just click on the image generation feature, and you'll be taken to an interface where you can choose which model to use for generating your images. For this project, we'll be using the Flux model since it produces high-quality outputs. After selecting the model, the next thing to do is to adjust the aspect ratio. For YouTube logos, go with a square ratio, and for YouTube banners, use the rectangular ratio. Now, there are a few other settings you could tweak if you'd like, but I'm confident that this setup will work perfectly. Once you have everything set, just go back to your chatbot, copy the prompt it generated for you, paste it into the prompt box on Crea.ai, and hit generate. If you're happy with the first batch, just download the images. If not, feel free to regenerate them with the same prompt or ask your chatbot for a different prompt to input into the AI. I usually request multiple prompts to have a variety of options to choose from. This looks really great. I personally love minimalistic logos as they don't have too much visual clutter. Now, I'm going to download it and switch the aspect ratio to rectangular, since I'm done with the logo. This looks good. If you're happy with the result, just go ahead and download it. If it's not quite right, like with the logo, you can keep running the prompt until you get the perfect banner you like. Now that I've got a banner I like, I'm going to upload it directly to YouTube. Now that our niche-themed banner and logo are complete and perfectly aligned with our brand, it's time to move on to creating our very first video. Let's dive right in.
Okay, so the very first thing we need to generate an AI video is a chatbot.
I'm working with ChatGPT, but you can also use DeepSeek AI, Claude, or Copilot AI, any high-quality chatbot that can generate engaging scripts. The key to getting high-quality scripts from AI is knowing how to properly prompt it. If you craft your prompt effectively, you'll get much better results. Here's the prompt I used, and I've highlighted the editable sections marked in red and green. These sections allow you to customize the story as needed. You can reuse this prompt multiple times. Just modify the specified areas to fit the storyline, adjust the word count, or tweak any other details to get the script you want. Once you have your script, the next step is getting a high-quality voiceover. For this, we'll use 11 Labs because they offer realistic, AI-generated voices that sound professional. Simply sign up with your Google account, then paste your script into the large text box. On the right side, you'll find a variety of AI-generated voices to choose from. Pick the one that best fits your content. I'm using Liam's voice for this video, but I also like Elliot for a more dramatic touch. Once you've selected a voice, click Generate to create your voiceover, and then download it. Simply repeat this process until you've generated voiceovers for all sections of your script. The reason for doing it batch by batch is that if you try to generate a long script, 200+ words all at once, the AI voice may start to sound unnatural or monotone over time. By breaking it into smaller sections, you ensure better clarity, emphasis, and natural pacing, resulting in a more professional output. Now that we've got our script and voiceover, the next step is to gather images that match each scene in our script. We will later animate these images to turn them into videos, but for now, it's best to focus on generating high-quality images first. By generating static images first, we have more control over the visual style, ensuring they match the story before adding motion effects. Once we have our images, we'll move on to animating them to bring them to life. Here is the exact prompt I used. You can take a quick screenshot if you'd like, or simply drop a comment below if you want me to share a direct link to access it. At first, my chatbot's output was pretty good, but I wanted something more singular and refined, so I asked it to simplify the prompt further. Once you have your prompts ready to generate all your images, the next step is to use a text-to-image AI tool that works well for your needs. And you know the drill. I'm going with Crea.ai for this. Once you sign up, simply click on the AI image creation feature, then adjust the aspect ratio to rectangular, 16 by 9 if you're creating long-form YouTube videos. If you're working with short-form videos, you can use the 9 by 16 ratio instead. Once you've generated all the images that fit your theme and aesthetic for the video you're creating, the next step is to bring them to life by adding motion. This will make them more dynamic in your video. There's a new AI tool called Hailu.ai, and we're going to use that to animate the images and turn them into motion-filled videos. First, go to the Hailu website and sign up with your Google account. Once you're in, click on the Create tab and you'll be taken to a blank interface. I already have some creations there, which is why you see results below. There's a simple prompt box where you can upload your image from your PC and then write what you want the image to do. There are a few settings you can adjust, but I recommend just uploading your image, writing your prompt, and letting the AI work its magic. It does a great job on autopilot. If it looks good and you like it, go ahead and download it. If you're not happy with the result, just run it again or tweak the prompts a bit. It's pretty simple, and this tool usually does a great job, so you shouldn't run into many issues. Just repeat the process for each image to animate them into motion videos. Once you've got all your images turned into videos, we can move on to the next section of the video. The last thing we need is soothing background music. The right background music is super important for setting the vibe of your video, so make sure you pick something that fits well. I'd suggest checking out YouTube Studio or going to pixabay.com to find some. Once you've gathered all your assets, the next step is to head over to CapCut and import the entire folder where you've stored everything. I always recommend keeping all your materials, visuals, voiceovers, and sound effects organized in folders. Once that's done, your next step is to organize your audio. Start by dragging your voiceovers, which you generated in batches, onto the timeline. Label them as voiceover 1, voiceover 2, and voiceover 3 to keep things clear, so you don't get confused about which one goes first. Once that's done, increase the volume of your voiceover to 100%.
5 young animal friends.
This ensures that your voiceover stands out and stays on top of all the other audio, no matter what. Next, drag the background music onto the timeline. Stretch it out to cover the entire project, then crop it so it doesn't go beyond the video's length. After that, lower the volume to around 25–30% to set a good baseline. This way, the music stays in the background without overpowering the voiceover. You could even add the fade in and fade out animation to the background music, so it just blends in. I usually label all my scenes based on the order ChatGPT gives me, like Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, and so on. For the next part, you'll need to drag all your scenes onto the timeline in the order ChatGPT gave you. This way, everything stays organized and flows smoothly. Now you'll need to listen to the voiceover carefully and crop each scene whenever the narration changes. Your scenes should match the voiceover, so that both the visuals and the audio are in sync. This makes your content look much more professional. To do this, play the video and listen closely, then adjust each scene to match the voiceover. If you want to speed things up, you can play it at 2x speed. I'll break it down so it's clear for everyone to understand. But really, take your time with syncing the visuals and audio properly. The reason I'm duplicating this scene is that it's only 5 seconds long, but the narration lasts 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is copy the 5-second clip twice on the timeline, then I'll reverse one of them so it looks like it's going back and forth. This way, it won't seem like the same footage, even though it technically is. It helps make the video feel more dynamic and keeps the visuals interesting. This trick of duplicating the clip and reversing it to make it longer is super useful, and I'll be using it multiple times throughout this video. It gives the visuals a unique, dynamic feel that I really like, so I'm going to apply it again here and repeat it a few more times throughout the video to keep the footage fresh and engaging. Keep cropping the clips so they match the voiceover. After cropping all the scenes to match the voiceover, you might want to add a fade-out animation to the last clip. This will create a smooth transition, making the video black out gradually and give it a more cinematic feel, just like in movies. Once you've checked that every clip is properly dragged into the timeline, precisely cropped, and fits the way it's supposed to, you've tackled the hardest parts. The next step is to add transitions between the clips. Transitions are pretty straightforward, especially with how simplified CapCut has made it. All you need to do is click on the Transition tab and choose a transition template. Each template creates a different effect when the scene changes, so it's a good idea to play around with them and get familiar with how transitions work to find the best fit for your video. Great! Now that all the transitions are set, the next step is to add sound effects. CapCut does have some pre-built sound effects, but you can also upload your own from your PC if you've downloaded them from the website I mentioned earlier. Look for sound effects like butterflies, birds, bunny hopping, a river flowing, anything that fits the theme of your video. If you're not sure which sound effects to use, you can always ask ChatGPT to recommend a series that matches your script after it generates it for you. This way, even if you're not super familiar with sound effects, you can still make sure they fit perfectly for your video. I'm not going to be adding too many sound effects, just the essentials. Once you're done with all your sound effects, the last thing you need to do is generate captions. The new version of CapCut has added a paywall for their captions feature, so if you're using an older version of CapCut, you can get captions for free. But if you have CapCut Pro, you're all set and ready to go with captions. They'll help make your video more accessible. Once the default captions are generated, they'll give you a basic template and format to make them more customized and tailored to your video. You can change the template to adjust the font style, size, and the overall display of the captions. You can also tweak the form and scale to fit the look you're going for, making sure the captions align perfectly with your video's style.
Okay, so now, after all this hard work, we deserve to check what we made.
In the heart of the enchanted jungle, 5 young animal friends, Leo the lion, Zuzu the zebra, Tiki the toucan, Momo the monkey, and Bop the bunny, are chosen to protect the ancient wildstone, a magical gem that keeps the jungle in balance. Leo the brave on Pride Cliff. Leo stands